we're talking about orcas, killer whales today, these remarkable creatures. We know them for their high intelligence. Look what's come out. And complex social structures. They are the largest of the dolphin family. 3 of Cups here, you guys. We're going to dive into what is going on because they are known for strong familial bonds, intricate communication methods, and their ability to adapt their hunting techniques. But what we are looking into right now, which I'm going to show you here, orcas are ramming boats, particularly off the coast of Spain and Portugal. And it's been increasing ever since 2020. Probably a few pods. There's likely around 50 endangered in this area. And so we really need to talk about, with the spirit guides and tarot, really what is going on. A lot of the theory, which flew out, is that they're just being playful, being, they've adapted this sense of playful bullying of the boats. So that's one theory. And so out flew the shaman, which represents their divine wisdom and spiritual power, and how they can teach us how to better coexist with them. Are they curious and doing it in a playful manner? Yes. Are they also trying to teach us, though, and mentor us into how to, again, coexist, but rise above our materialism and the things that we are doing on earth to better move gracefully, and again, to how conserve these resources, protect the endangered, and still assist in increasing our ability to rise above these challenges. And now we have the King of Shells. I love the representation. This is Spirit Song Tarot. Harmony and integrity. The seahorse here transports messages for us from divine source. He represents a visionary and represents nurturing instincts. And I think this also represents what the orcas are trying to show us and teach us. The seahorse here anchors himself by balancing his emotions through sheer willpower, helping him get through the most turbulent storms. It's a good thing to remember if you're the one on the boat. He enjoys the power of acclamation while his composition assists in him dealing sensitively with challenging subjects. And I believe the orcas are pushing us, controlling us, bullying us in a sense to understand how important this is. So really have a clear viewpoint on this topic and what should be done. And if you happen to be boating and sailing in these areas, take warning. And when clarity shines light on the best direction, remain focused on your destination. And now look at this. The orcas are the kings of the sea, are they not? And we have all this representation of how bold and what leadership is represented here, emotional intelligence and kindness. And here we have logic and justice with the King of Swords. The King of Swords is somebody that can come in and tell you what really needs to be done and do it logically, generally harsh, but in a loving way, which is possibly the message from the orcas, is a reminder to be in connection with nature, to coexist, to protect, and to always keep that in our consciousness. The King of feathers here of swords, this lion, they face challenges head on. So this could be more than play for the orcas. This could be they see these boats as challenges to their food source, their mere existence. And that represents a great deal of courage and strength. And also, there's a need to strategize, get advice and clarity on really what is going on. This has been happening for, well over 5 years now. And it can create a lot of fear and stress, not only on the people, but clearly animals may be expressing, rather than curiosity and play, that they're beginning to feel the stress. And finally, 3 of crystals, 3 of pentacles. This is where, again, we need to bring the right people together to collaborate and strategize on the best solutions for this situation that can be threatening, fearful, and feel deadly at times, and clearly is a threat to the orcas and their familial existence, their hive. So as humans, we need to strategize about this. And I'm going to pull one last card from Sacred Geometry Activations. And it happens to be this one. Remembrance. This beautiful card, 38, becomes 11, which I want you to trust your intuition, particularly if you see orca whales, but how to harmonize with nature, our existence here, and to understand there is an unmistakable sense of ancient cultures and times in this image, and that we can also see reference to future civilizations, off-planet connections as well. And it's a time that's no longer linear, but a vertical moment-to-moment experience that includes input from many different times, layers, and dimensions. And I believe that is a deep spiritual message from the orcas for us to remember where we all come from and how to protect these vital resources in our world, our nature. The blues in this card refer to clear communication. We need strategy and to remember. The indigo and violet indicate the higher source behind the communication that comes from the orcas and from our own third eye chakra and our open chakra crown. Trusting our intuition about needing to strategize and understand this interesting new type of phenomenon going on with the orca whales. I hope you find this interesting. As a former journalist, I love looking at these different aspects. I hope you do too. Peace.
In video shared by the Portuguese nautical center Terra Incognita, you can see the crew start to panic, and the boat eventually goes under, the bow tipping into the water and sinking. The Portuguese Navy says all 5 people were safely rescued without injury.